you go back, just like the prior year, because you cut 3 years ago, and if you go back and look, it has stayed flat, and that's what a lot of taxpayers said, consistency. We'd be fine.
Taxpayers like diminished taxes. They also like wise spending. But anyway, the public is welcome at this budget workshop whenever it's gonna be. And of course, now it's obscured exactly when it's gonna be, right?
Yeah, how will?
How are we gonna,
the public be
right, how are we gonna
notified of
find
that?
out? How's the public gonna find out? You can put it on your website, but it'll be. that's
It'll
what we
be in the paper,
Um,
you can put it in there, or call them with
It may
it.
be in the paper, it may
You
not
can
be.
put it, you can call
The
radio
public-
station.
The public hearing
Does
is,
that stuff with,
the public hearing is in the paper, yes, but not the budget workshop.
well, it can be.
Well,
And then the radio station usually does those, they don't charge for it.
okay.
Public service announcement, you can
So
call them and get
the
that.
budget is at the town clerk's office, I assume, right? Sitting at the town clerk's office, all the pages of it, where all the money is being proposed to be spent, proposed, as you say, proposed, $734,000 this year versus 517 last year. It's quite a jump.
What does that mean per person, Dick? or
Well, I don't know, but taxes.
You'd have to look. I
It's
mean,
on a per,
but there was a lot of money cut out of highway last year. And we've got areas that we are not gonna make the end of the year in those categories because of it. The other one is with the flood, we had to pay to repair the roads. So maybe we get FEMA money back. We don't know when, if in fact we do. But we had to repair those before winter, so they're passable. And
yes, we had road damage, but we also have men and material on hand. It wasn't like we had to start writing checks. This idea of costs of damage, well, okay, our men are already on the payroll being paid. So we say, well, we had to have so many man hours. Well, those man hours were gonna be paid anyway,
okay,
so.
so they wouldn't have been doing anything else, I
Well,
guess.
they might have been doing something else, but it doesn't mean there was a greater out-of-pocket need. Anyway, there's massive increases proposed by Don. And,
I like the way you personalize it, Richard.
well, you're the
I'm not
budget-
surprised,
You're
but
the budget auditor, right?
I am.
You're the budget officer.
And I put something together for everybody to look at and agree to.
Well, all you did was send the budget around, that's it. You didn't ask me for any, what do you think about this? How do you think we could do that?
We haven't had a workshop yet, that's when you get to have your input,
Well-
and you know it.
Yeah, but I'm interested in the public's input too.
Okay.
I know some people only operate for insiders.
Are we gonna do this executive
Motion
session?
for executive session.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of executive session?
Negotiations and personnel.
I see. Negotiations, that's, by that you mean labor negotiations?
I do.
Yeah, okay, that's a reasonable,
It is.
there are certain categories that are allowable for
I know
executive
that, and you've
session.
told folks that before, so.
And what personnel?
Personnel isn't one of them, by the way.
But we need to talk about a replacement person for the highway department.
Well, there was a,
And you don't do that in open session.
well, it was in
Or
the,
you shouldn't.
it was in the highway report here, right, which is a matter of public document. You're aware that any deliberation that is our board packet is public information.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So, and this is part of our board packet, was it not?
It is.
So we're considering Mr. Cornish, Mr. Tyler Cornish, who has applied for a job at the town of Howard as MEO, machine equipment operator. So, presumably, we're going to discuss Mr. Cornish.
I
We
think
we all
also-
made a motion to go to
You
executive
did.
session.
Second.
Yeah, okay.
And you also had another applicant, did you not? I did, Jim Bailey. So, and if we're gonna discuss any pros and cons, we are not gonna sit here and do it.
No, we're not discussing
Okay.
that, just his name is not a pro and con.
So,
So
all
when
in favor?
something is, when something is in the board
Aye.
packet,
Are you gonna do the employee first?
we can,
Go down and sit out a negotiation.
That's fine. Yep, we can do that first.